Hello, my friends. I forgot my mic. How are you this morning? I mean, this night. It's soon now, midnight, Thursday. Tomorrow is Shabbat and everything will be cool. So, what have been going on lately? I think the case today must be I don't know. That was not so nice. I can't find my other flute. Well, the case for independency. How to get independence. How to grow independency. I don't know. I don't know even how to get this freaking sweater out of my arms. So today is about independency. Independency. Are we totally independent? Or are we dependent? I think sometimes we are dependent on other people, more or less all the time. Even those that seemingly are living alone, want to have their space all for themselves. That's okay. You can have that space, and it's okay. If you don't like us to be together with you, but it's something else entirely to be independent. Be alone, your own space is not a sign of independency. It's a sign of crippling social ability. Not that that is bad. I don't deem it wrong. I don't deem it to be something not nice, but it is. I feel that way many times. When I'm together with other people, I'm not fine. When it's too much talk, I don't feel fine. And if I want to go away, people give me some kind of bad feelings that it's not good, that I keep for myself or go away. But it is maybe sometimes necessary to be by yourself. But I'm not talking about that. Independence is to know what you want and act on that. It's one thing to know what you want, but it's another thing when you act on that. If you want to act on what you want, but your wants can be very selfish, very immature, like you want very many things in your life that will make you fulfilled, make you feel you can manage that, you can pay for that, you can do that, you can handle that. I don't think it's a sign of independence. It's a sign of training. It's a sign of skill. It's kind of maturity. So what is independence? Is it to stand alone? Sometimes. I heard from a group, the matron of a group, so to say, she is leading, or I wouldn't use that good of a word. She is misleading. In my opinion, she is misleading. But anyway, how that is, she said, and they have repeat herself frequently, often, very often. Alone, you are weak. Together, we are strong. You see, independency is to is not to depend on others so much. Independency, to be dependent, it goes many ways. You can trust yourself. I've been into that kind of stuff that make you solid wood. We had a politician here way back. I think he's passed away now. But he said, if you want to be a politician, you have to be on solid. You have to be of the quality that you inherit, or you contain this quality, is that you are solid wood. What is solid wood? I think if you are if you have a job, if people are depending on you to pay them salaries, if you have a job and you do it, people can depend on you. And that shows in another term that you have some independence when people can depend on you. And mainly, it's on words. Independency is based on a verbal act. It's also based on acts like you do what you are told and agreed on. In many cases, you don't agree on that. So why be tested on your independency when you don't agree on what people want you to do? So that is misuse. That is taking advantage of other people. If you don't agree to their terms, or they didn't even ask you, they manipulate you to be, let us depend on you, be independent, and we can depend on you. We can trust that you are a solid wood. But in many cases, that is not the case. I have to turn this lamp. I wanted to have some selfie lamp here. I would ask people now, can you please give me a selfie lamp? I'm begging you. I want a selfie lamp. So beggars is the polar opposite of independency. It's kind of they depend on your charity, your kind heart, your ability to see others, that you are nice, that you are a mensch. But people are sitting by the street, on the street. Beggars are sitting everywhere and beg for money. But I think many beggars, if you are listening to this, you're a beggar. I don't think so low of you. I don't think that you are that dependent on others, because you sit there and want to provide some livelihood for yourself, for your family. So I think the start of being out of this beggar status is to think highly of this status, that this money it's not for drugs, it's not for something I will hurt myself by, it's for something good. So I think that you should first and foremost think highly of your work. That is a decent work. But I don't think that is a good work. I think the pure fact that you are sitting down and waiting for a random giver is something that you wouldn't. You see, the Kabbalists say that a broken heart, when you are disappointed, and every bypasser that doesn't give you the expected gift, expected money, they will break you to pieces and you will die young. Please, my friend, don't let those people break you down, because the disease, the suffering of human being, as the Kabbalists say, is a broken heart. Don't beg. Don't beg. Do something. When you do something for others, you show that you are above yourself. It's not only for you, it's partly also for someone else. So labor is working for someone else while you are earning money. So please understand this concept. I'm sitting here talking. Maybe it's not that big of a deal. It's not that great, but I think it's profoundly, I do something for you. I entertain, but I don't even care what you think of this. The less likes, the better it is. It's okay. But to beg is the lowest status, because it's not bad to beg. It's not bad to do that kind of begging. But I think it's bad in this regard that you willingly, you break your heart by all the bypassers that are not giving you any gift, any money. That must take a toll on your health, sitting there, smiling, trying to draw some attraction, let people pity you. I think rise up, be strong, and go around, do some service, make people smile. Even if you don't see any profit in that, it's kind of very nice. You can go to different places and look for any opportunity to do some good. I did that. I want to help out cutting grass, doing the lawn mower. I don't know what it's called. I forget all these sophisticated names. Yes, to be an independent is a kind of an important word because it has some pride, it has some decency. It is about feeling a little bit good about yourself. To be independent is the peak of the humanity, the peak of a human being that can do something for himself by doing something for others. That is a double win. So to be independent is about sharing something very great. If you become arrogant, besserwisser, like that, you are not independent. That is a sign of insecurity, that you need something, some drugs, out of a boosting, something you can boost your ego on. That shouldn't be the case for you. You shouldn't boost your ego. Like, this is important for me to do because I will boost my ego. I will dress myself up just to boost my ego. You see, if people can't handle who you are, and if you, the uttermost important man or lady in your life, if you yourself can't handle who you are, that shows a deep level of insecurity, not only insecurity, but lack of independency. Can you not depend on your looks? I am here. I haven't got all these likes. I don't need it. Please understand this. I hate the likes because it will manipulate something about me, on myself, my own view on myself, that I'm something more than I am. I'm a simple man. I'm a simple human being. I do what I do. And to qualify as an independent person is that you just don't care so much about what others are thinking of you. It's not good for you to be so relied on likes and money, payments. People want a nice house. I was talking to some people here today. The priority that drains people down is how much they want in goods. They have no time to reflect on life. They have no time to feel a deeper connection with themselves and with the environment, with their next of kin, next of their neighbors. So today, it was a nice day today. It ended like this. I heard my daughter's dog was suffering, and she told me. I met her because I was at the dentist. And in the store, which is close by to her place, I met her. She saw me before I saw her. That's how nice it is to have daughters. They see you before you see them. So you have to hang on. And she told me about the dog that was suffering, and she had to pay a load of money just to fix that dog. And I said, "Are you sure you want to do that? It's a dog." I'm sorry, it's only a dog. But you see, you grow some attachment to certain things. That's important. And in this case, maybe God see to this kind of intention that she had for this dog. I don't regard dogs as something I should keep or provide for. So I'm not the best advisor for my daughter's dog, but sorry, I have to laugh about this. It's just, it's sticking here. And I asked her, is it that important? Yeah, this dog is important for me. It's a dog. So, so I understood that's how important this dog is for her. And this later night, I told my neighbors that my daughter's dog was sick and was going to the operation. And my friend, the neighbor here, he told me that tomorrow my dog is going to have his last day. And he cried a bit. That's opening up. That is independency. That is deep. That is profound. When you can open up to people like that, you don't even know them so much, and he doesn't know me. It's the first time we met, more or less like that. That is independency, my friends. To have this kind of trust that you can see my tears, that you can see my emotions. You don't hide so much. That is deep. Show some emotions. That is you, my friend. That is purely you. Why are you hiding that much? Can't you trust? Your emotions is not holy. It's something to share, sometimes, at least, when you have some turmoil in your life. When you see that kind of attribute in you, that you're feeling, your vulnerability, your sensitivity, is something you can share and be met by understanding people that really think highly of you, and maybe even pray and regard you as their close, because when you open up, people will draw near. More often we think, in many cases, that opening up to now, these people here, no, I will not open up. But it's how it is. The less you open up, the more distant people become. So it's kind of an independency to show some vulnerability. And if you are that proud, you should act that is a weakness, because it's not a proof of independence. It's a proof of dependency of your ability to control yourself, and that is not very sympathetic. It's not nice. When you can cry, I don't mean only cry. That is maybe for someone pity, but if you can show some reactions, some emotions, that you have some sensitivity to what's going on, that is brave. And today, the shrinks and every people acting like shrinks. They say that you are so brave that you open up. And I partly agree, but it's not, in my case, if I open up, I have some borders there, I know, because people doesn't really know when I'm opening up. So in the lack of that, people told me, oh, it's so nice that you open up. You are so brave to open up. This is not brave. This is very common for me. I know what I'm talking about. So that is not brave. To be brave is something more. For me, it's something else. So I don't act. I don't think that acting, you have to define it yourself. That's the bottom line. If you define your openness, vulnerability, that is good. But more often, I think you do it in secret. So people will never know, in fact, when you are opening up. That is your secret. Still, you can open up. Maybe you have a hangover after that, but it is kind of something people wouldn't know. Something may be very strange to those you open up to. So maybe it's even common. It's something general. It's something you will find everywhere. Your sensitivity, your vulnerability, your reaction to something is somewhat very common, very well known by many people, but they don't talk about it so loudly. So you put a name to something that is very scary for other people to say, but you say it out loud, like this is very common ground for you, that this is common, this is like something you are skilled, linguistic, skilled by. So when people start to define you, then you will move away. When people say you are this and that, at least I move away. When people tell me I'm this, I'm that, it can be very positive. But in my case, I draw away, because they are defining everything. They have a need of definitions. People that are not independent, they define. If you can do without definitions of other people, that's for the best.